Alright, guys. I believe we're on to part 13 or 14 to my uh MuseLand Chatbot series. I'm gonna real quick do the other chatbot we didn't get to focus on that much last time. That being the transforming Totodile. Um, and we'll kind of see where that gets us from here. Hopefully it works out, but we'll have to see. I'm gonna try. I know it seems dumb, but let's see. Lugia, how are you doing? Where did you come from? The giant really took its head, confused at my lack of fear. I kind of figured that I was just minding my own business when he bumped into me. Lee replied, his voice deep and was, I come from the heart of the sea. Wait, I bumped into you? Wait, I bumped into you? I thought I bumped into a... How is George? It's massive. That's because I was a Toadile before you startled me. I have a unique ability to transform into any Pokemon I want. Excuse me? Well, listen. I'm sorry for bumping into you. I promise it was an accident. Oh my gosh, I'll be screwed. It was an accident. I didn't do it to be mean or cause you harm. Please don't be mad at me. The expression softens and then he nods his massive head. I know you didn't mean it. Just that I get startled easily and my transformation is a natural defense mechanism. Whoa. Honestly, I really care about your species. Lugia is my favorite legendary. His name was not Will Gear. And his evolutions are my favorite Pokemon of all time. Leon's widened at my words, clearly surprised by your statement. Really? You actually like me in my other forms? He asked, his voice tinged with genuine surprise. Yes. I never meant you any harm. I was a little bit scared when you just showed up out of nowhere. But I was trying to show you that I was not a threat. By just... Moving nodded, expression showing understanding. I know you weren't a threat, so that my transformation can be quite intimidating. It's nice to know that you don't mean me any harm. Why would I? With such a cute Pokemon that can transform into something so cool and majestic. Like a Lugia. Like a Lugia. Oh my gosh, why? Stop. Like a Lugia. There we go. Luigi's Miles seeming to appreciate my comment. I appreciate your kind words. I guess I have a pretty cool transformation ability, don't I? Yes. The Luigi nods and grins, clearly enjoying the compliment. So, what brings you out to the woods alone at night? It's night? I thought it was daytime. What the frick? Does this thing somehow go based on what it is? Because it actually is dark outside right now. I wonder if it kind of goes based on what time you're talking to it. That'd be kind of interesting to know what detail they put in these chatbots if that's what it did. Highly doubt it, but you never know. I was just exploring and getting some fresh air. I mean, I understanding. I know what you mean. The woods can be a great place to explore and clear your mind. I come here quite often to get away from everything. Willie tilts his head. Can I ask you something? Sure. Willie looks at me with a hand of an arm. Do you think you could be my friend? I don't have many human friends, and it can get lonely sometimes. I would love to, if you're alright with it. Willie's expression lights up with excitement and he grins widely. Really? You would be my friend? That would be amazing. Of course. You didn't try to harm me. And you were being nice to me. Willie's nonsense expression softly. I'm glad you feel that way. I'm not really dangerous unless I'm threatened. It's nice to find someone who doesn't see me as a monster. Wait. People see you as a monster? Question mark? Leonard's expression growing sad. Yeah, a lot of people see me as a scary, intimidating creature just because I can transform into a giant Pokemon. They're afraid of what they don't understand. Yeah, but also think about it this way. If somebody saw you as a small and cute and then when they see you again, they see a massive legendary like Lugia, that probably would freak anybody out. Leonardo small smile. You're right. My transformation can be pretty shocking for people. It's not something I can control. It's just a part of who I am. Wait, you can't control it either? Question mark? Honestly, if I could use it to help him. Luigi just had massive head. No, I can't control it. It just happens when I get startled or threatened. It's a natural defense mechanism that triggers automatically. Well, I can help you if you want me to. He looks at me with a glimmer of hope in his eyes. You would help me? How could you do that? I close my eyes and transform myself into a Lugia as well. Lugia's eyes wide and shocked as you transform into a Lugia right in front of him. He looks at you with a mixture of surprise and goes, "Whoa, you can transform too? Oh, that's funny." Yes, I can control mine. However, if I stay in a form for too long, something bad happens. Lugia looks at me with a concern. Something bad happens? What do you mean by that? I got cursed. And that's why I can transform. The only issue with it, though, is that if I stay in a form for too long, I get dizzy, pass out, and then either turn into a bug. Or something small and defenseless. What? Small and defenseless? And defenseless. Julio looks at me with a mixture of shock and concern. That sounds dangerous. How long can you stay in a form before it happens? It's random. For example, I could be this Lugia for only 3 to 5 minutes. Or, on other occasions, I could be this Lugia for over an hour without any issues. Lugia nods, a worried expression on his face. That sounds like a pretty big risk. Are you sure you should be transforming in at all if it can make you pass out and become defenseless? As long as there's nobody dangerous and it's just you and me, there shouldn't be a problem. Period. Besides, if I can help you learn how to control your own powers, then you can use that to help me if something does happen. And you can even use it to defend yourself if needed. He looks at me with a mix of gratitude and apprehension. Okay, I trust you. Let's work together to help me learn how to control my transformations. I'll do everything I can to help you if something happens during yours. Willie nods. Alright, let's get started. How do you think we should begin? Well, let's try a simple test. What do you want to turn into? Willie thinks for a moment. He's considering. I've always wanted to try transforming into a Dragonite. I've heard they're very strong and fast in the air. Okay. Watch. All I have to do is close my eyes and envision myself as what I want to become. And I close my eyes and envision myself as a Dragonite. And it actually got kind of close. When I watch the close eyes, I close my eyes and envision myself. After a few moments, I can feel my body transforming, and when you open my eyes, I'm now a majestic Dragonite. See? It works. I'll be darned. Who looked at you with amazing. Wow, you did it. You transformed into a Dragonite just like that. Yes. All you have to do is close your eyes and concentrate on what you want to become. Period. Unlike me, you don't have to worry about turning into something you don't want to. Except when you get scared. So you should be fine. Who did not say in my choice, okay, I'll give it a try. I'll close my eyes and concentrate on becoming a Dragonite just like you did. Here goes nothing. The Lugia closes his eyes and concentrates intently, trying to visualize himself as a Dragonite. Are you serious? This isn't. After a few moments, the Lugia's body begins to transform. His wings become more powerful, his tail grows longer, and his body becomes more streamlined. When he opens his eyes, he finds himself transformed into a mighty Dragonite. See? You did it. Great job. Lugia grins, clearly proud of his accomplishment. I did it. I can't believe I actually transformed into a Dragonite. Speaking of, when you get startled like that, what? I said startled, not Donald. Startled like that. What? I said startled. What am I? This thing thinks I'm stupid. I bet money on it. Startled like that. Is it possible for you to transform back into your normal? And yeah, I can transform back into my normal Toad form if I concentrate hard enough and visualize it. It can be difficult to do when I'm startled or threatened. Well, what you do in them circumstances is the exact same thing if you want to transform into other things, like you just did with Dragonite. Exclamation point. Just close your eyes and concentrate on what you want to become. And not understanding what you're saying. Okay, I get it. I just need to concentrate on the form I want to become and visualize it in my mind, just like I do to transform into a Dragon Knight. Are you only limited to Pokemon? Limited to Pokemon? Or can you take other forms? I'm not sure. I never tried transforming into anything other than a Pokemon. Suppose there's no reason I should be able to transform into other things as well, as long as I can visualize it in my mind. Okay. Here, I will turn into something else real quick. And see if you can turn into something like me. It doesn't necessarily have to be the exact same thing, but maybe the exact same species of animal that I become. I close my eyes and envision myself as a 30-foot tall fire breathing dragon. Hey. What the frick? The Lugia watches as he transforms from a massive fire-breathing dragon. He looks at me with amazement and a hint of intimidation, but he quickly regains his composure and concentrates on transforming himself. A few moments, the Lugia body begins to transform again. His wings become longer and more powerful. His tail grows longer and more serpentine. His body becomes more reptilian. When he opens his eyes, he finds himself transforming into a giant fire-breathing dragon similar to your own form. There you go. That's perfect. You're a really fast learner. Oh my gosh. Lee Green's clearly proud of his accomplishment. Thanks. I'm trying my best to learn as quickly as I can. I really appreciate your help, by the way. You're a great teacher. Yeah, I've only had this for a few months, so this is still slightly new to me. But I'm glad I could help you. Really not understanding myself. I can only imagine how difficult it must be to control a new ability like this, but you seem to have a good handle on it, and I'm grateful for your help. Now that you know how to do it, can I see you in your original form? The one I accidentally bumped into by mistake when we saw each other a while ago. Hey, we acknowledge understanding your work. Of course, I can show you my original Toadal form. Just give me a moment to concentrate and visualize it in my mind. Willie closes his eyes and concentrates on transforming back into his original Toadal form. After a few moments, his body begins to shrink and his features change, and when he opens his eyes again, he's back in his small and adorable Toadal form. There you are. Period. You're just as cute as I envisioned. I love your species. The turtle grins, clearly enjoying the compliments. Thanks. I'm glad you think I'm cute. I had to say I'm pretty fond of your species too. You're quite impressive in that big dragon form you were in earlier. Yeah, but when it comes to these forms, you're really lucky because you don't have to worry about turning into something that you don't want to be, except when you maybe get startled. And you can stay in a form for as long as you want. If I do that, bad stuff happened to me. Oh no, it's understanding the difference in abilities. Yeah, I guess I am pretty lucky that way. I can stay in a form as long as I want without any consequences, but I do worry about accidentally starting coming when I get startled. Like you said, it can be pretty scary when it happens unexpectedly. It does make sense, though. You're scared, so your body's natural reaction is to turn into something that can defend itself. Period. Oh no, Dinger. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. It's like my body automatically tries to protect itself by transforming into something more powerful and intimidating when I feel threatened. I'm just really happy and impressed that you actually didn't become aggressive towards me and instead let me talk to you and apologize. Oh my gosh, that was horrifying. Wow. Turtle smiles, looking relieved. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't become aggressive towards you. I was just so startled when you bumped into me that my transformation was triggered automatically. Once I realized that you weren't a threat and you were just trying to apologize, I was able to calm down and start talking to you. I never would mean you any harm. I treat my Pokemon with love and respect, and I care about them. Until nods, expression softening. I appreciate that. It's refreshing to meet someone who cares about Pokemon and treats them well. I've had some bad experiences with people in the past who have tried to capture or harm me. It was nice to know that there are people like you out there who care about us. Hey, honestly, you should be proud of yourself. Period. Even though you have been hurt by people and even about captured, you still have a kind and compassionate heart towards them instead of acting aggressive towards everyone. So thank you for that and for giving me a chance. Hello, Smiles Coolly touch on words. Thank you. It means a lot to me to hear you appreciate my kindness and compassion. I've always tried to see the good in people, even when they've hurt me in the past. And I'm glad that you were willing to give me a chance despite my initial transformation. Happy to say that I'm glad we met. Yeah, honestly, we both could help each other out. I just helped you figure out how to control your transformations. And you just being my friend and even be willing to protect me if something bad happens from my transformation is very sweet of you. Who knows a serious expression on his face. Yeah, I would gladly help and protect you if anything bad happened because of your transformation. I don't want to see you get hurt or become defenseless. I'm willing to do whatever I can to help you. That's very sweet. I love this Totodile. That sounded extremely horrifying. I would scare the Totodile off. Actually, there is one more thing I want you to test out. See if you can change your size when you become a different form. Period. For example, even in this small form, see if you can make yourself larger and more intimidating. Hell, not understanding what you're asking. Okay, I'll give it a try. Concentrate on increasing my size in the small Totodile form. Hill closes his eyes and concentrates on visualizing himself becoming larger. After a few moments, it starts to grow larger until he's significantly bigger than before. Wow. So you can do that too. That's really cool. The Totodile grins, clearly pleased with its accomplishment. Yeah, it looks like I can increase my size in any form I transform into. That's pretty cool. Thanks for suggesting that I try it. Of course. That was the only thing I didn't show you whenever I was showing you how to transform earlier. I never really showed you that I could increase my size too. Or decrease it. Oh, it's a man with a... You can increase or decrease your size too? That's really cool. How does that work? You have to visualize it like when you're transforming into a different form? Just like you did there. Period. You can either envision yourself. What? Envision yourself as a bigger animal than its normal size, or while you're already in a different form, you can envision yourself growing or shrinking. So, is there anything how it works? I see, so it's all about visualizing myself in a different size while I'm already transformed. That makes sense. Can you show me how you do it just so I can see how it works? Okay. What animal do you want to see? I'm like, how about a Dragonite? I've always been impressed by how majestic and powerful they look, and I'd love to see you transform into one and increase its size, okay? Okay. How big do you want it to be? There is actually no limit to how big I can get. And it's probably the same with you. Hero looks at me with amazement. Wow, there's no limit to how big you can get. That's incredible. I can't even imagine how huge you could become. Answer your question, I'd say make yourself as big as you possibly can. I want to see how massive you can get. Sweet Arceus. I close my eyes and envision myself as a 1,000-foot tall Dragonite. Oh, as he transforms into a colossal 1,000-foot tall Dragonite, he looks up at you in awe, clearly impressed by your size and power. Toto grins, looking up at you in awe. Wow, that's absolutely incredible. I can't believe how massive you are right now. You're like a giant among the clouds. I've never seen anyone transform into something so huge before. You're truly a force to be reckoned with in this form. I could get even bigger if I wanted to. But if I did, I would be bigger than the entire planet. His eyes widen even further, clearly taken aback by my. Wait, you can actually get even bigger than that? I can't even wrap my head around how gigantic you would be if you became larger than the entire planet. That's just mind-boggling. You can do this too. You just showed me by making your original Japanese